The wall you're about to learn about isn't just a wall. It's a living testament to human determination, military ingenuity, and honestly, the harsh realities of survival in a world where one misstep could mean annihilation. Stretching across deserts, mountains, and valleys, this structure shaped the course of Chinese history. 400 years ago, guards stationed at towers at the eastern end of the wall would see the sun rise 1 hour and 20 minutes before their counterparts at the western end. That simple fact alone shows you the staggering scale of what was built, long before modern machinery or surveying tools existed. Before we dive deep into this story, take a moment to like this video, share it with fellow history enthusiasts, comment with your thoughts, and subscribe to The Hard Past to make sure you never miss the next journey into the past. The origin of the Great Wall begins over 2,200 years ago, in an era when China was fragmented into warring states, each desperate to defend against external threats. What we now recognize as the famous brick wall, constructed in the 1500s, actually began as sunbaked mud. Early walls were more than simple barriers. They were lifelines, drawn across a harsh and unforgiving landscape to keep one of the world's earliest civilizations safe from nomadic raiders. These raiders, known to the Chinese as the Shungu, were not mere bandits. They were horse archers, experts in rapid mobile warfare, striking suddenly and disappearing just as quickly. Engaging them directly was often a death sentence. The Shungu, ancestors of the Mongols, perfected terror as a tactic, shaping the Chinese military's approach to defense for centuries. The Chinese response was revolutionary. Instead of meeting these raiders on open ground, they created a linear fortress stretching as far as the eye could see. The construction of the wall was not a single effort, but a continuous process of adaptation over centuries. The goal was not simply to stop invaders, but to control the frontier, monitor movement, and provide a network of communication that could transmit warnings across vast distances. Each emperor understood that the security of the empire depended on the ability to manage this vast border efficiently. One of the most fascinating aspects of the earliest walls is, well, their construction method. The rammed earth technique was both simple and sophisticated. Workers would use wooden frames to shape sections of the wall, ensuring precise alignment across the terrain. Layers of reeds driven into the soil bound the wall together, creating a remarkably strong structure that could withstand both human attack and the elements. The ingenuity of this approach lies in its adaptability. It could be built from locally available materials, reinforced where necessary, and extended across mountains and deserts without specialized equipment. Reconstructed sections today give a glimpse into the sheer scale of this work, standing at only a fraction of the original height, yet still commanding the landscape. The Great Wall was never meant to be just a barrier. It was a defensive ecosystem. Standing 20 feet tall in many sections, the wall's purpose was to channel attackers into specific vulnerable areas where they could be monitored and countered. Passes, valleys, and strategic weak points became choke points. Entire forests of defensive obstacles, including the infamous porcupine spikes, forced invaders into deadly exposure. Clearing these obstacles under fire was nearly impossible, giving defenders the upper hand. The design reflects a deep understanding of both terrain and human psychology. Attackers had to be brave, coordinated and desperate to survive, while defenders could operate with calculated efficiency. Communication along the wall was, another key feature. Towers placed at regular intervals allowed guards to signal approaching threats with smoke, fire or flags, transmitting warnings across hundreds of miles in just a matter of hours. This network turned what might have been a simple boundary into, honestly, a living system of surveillance and rapid response. Soldiers stationed on the wall were not idle. They were part of a sophisticated defense strategy that combined fortification, observation, and mobility. Over time, these systems evolved, with walls reaching over 6,000 miles in length and integrating watchtowers, signal stations, and living quarters for soldiers. The story of the Great Wall is also the story of the people who built it. Labourers endured harsh conditions in deserts and mountains, transporting earth, stone and bricks with, pretty primitive tools. Their work was gruelling, often fatal, and yet they laid the foundations for a structure that would, honestly, define an empire. The wall's endurance is a testament not only to military strategy, but to human resilience, creativity, and the ability to adapt to relentless threats. Even today, walking along the remaining sections evokes a sense of awe at both the scale and purpose of this monumental endeavour. The Great Wall teaches us more than military history. It reveals how fear and necessity drive innovation, how geography shapes strategy, and how human determination can turn even the most forbidding landscapes into instruments of defense. For anyone fascinated by history, warfare, or engineering, it stands as one of the most extraordinary examples of human effort and foresight. Its remnants are not just relics. They are lessons etched in earth and stone, connecting us to a world of empires, warriors, and survival strategies that are still relevant today. So, if you found this deep dive into the origins and evolution of the Great Wall compelling, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with friends who appreciate history, and comment with your favourite fact from the wall. Most importantly, subscribe to The Hard Past and ring that notification bell so you never miss a story that uncovers the raw, ingenious and often brutal truths of our shared past.